All right, let's try and time the Algora one. All right. Hopefully they got that screenshot. We'll see. All right. Don't blink. What cracks you up every time? What, my goofy grin? Okay. Hey, 195. Dude, that is so crazy to me. I appreciate you, dude. I'm really curious how high we can get that. Ah, right. Yeah, because I'm usually like setting up other stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not sure how much it would increase the cost of it. But if you did like the YouTube thing, where like you just take like a screenshot like once a minute for the first like 3 or 4 minutes, and then you have like one they can choose from as like the one that sits in their like channel feed, that could be worthwhile. And because it's just a thumbnail, maybe it could be like pretty small. And then over time you delete them, so like you give someone, I don't know, maybe a day. Like your options will expire in a day, like pick one when you're done or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what the best experience for that would be. I'm just totally spitballing, brainstorming. I don't know if it's even like that necessary. I don't see yours, Four Wheel. Ooh, looks like we might have an unban request. Swift support in Waltr? No, that's not the goal. I do want to look at Decimal.js and Dinero.js for our billing reconciliation. Because if these are reliable enough, then maybe I don't need to rewrite to Rust. Alright, so yeah, banner's set up. That should be good. It is showing. We're good there. Let me just do a quick test. And I like the way you guys did this, like, test functionality. Cool. Yeah, and that should be scannable, right, everyone? So yeah, open source business intelligence with Apache superset. Yeah, those are words. I don't know what they mean. So yeah, I might have to check into that at some point. Anyone here actually do like business intelligence stuff? It's a little outside my scope. But yeah, Pyro, did you see this library though? ISO 20 or 20,022. There you go, Pyro. Yeah, we were basically just looking at what their what their dependencies were. Okay, you did see it. Cool. Very niche. Yeah, absolutely. But still cool. Alright, so back to what we're doing. Let's get back to the settings page. This toggle is the thing I wanted to fix. Oh, and that's right. Hold on, let me just double check. Looks like we've got an unban request. Are we taking bets on whether it's a sincere one? Ooh, and yeah, we got errors galore. That's fine, we just got logged out. Yeah, just little by little, right? Upgrading Mantine from 4 to 7, there are a lot of issues with it. You don't think it's a sincere one? I mean, we'll find out. No, I'm pretty, like, free-flowing with the bands. That's my fault. Yeah, this person, though, like, nah, they were spamming us. They were definitely asking, like, just really terrible questions. I'll leave it up to the mods. Mods, you get to decide if that person gets a second chance. Yeah, go for it. Click deny. Denial is not just a river in Africa. I gotta remember this email that we are scaffolding here. Password I got memorized. It's just John Bon Jovi, right? No spaces. All right. No dots. No nothing. All right. I can remember that. Maybe. Ooh, I gotta fix that login form. Yeah, so it's Gorilla Mail. So yeah, they got Shark Lasers, grr.la, Gorilla Mail, Poke Mail, Spam for Me. It's actually a really cool service. Oh, yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious what the LA TLD. Laos. Or Lao, I guess, right? What's this about LA? Yeah, there you go. So I already think I recognize something else that we're going to have to do. And for something like this, yeah, it's going to be necessary. We are not currently in a place where you can manage like an organization or a team, right? Business, well, yeah, so we're not handling like the like users being associated to the business properly. Like it is when you register a business, maybe we do have that split out. But I don't think I have a good way that we are handling any of this, right? So like we do have the business as its own entity, but I don't think I have it to where a user can be a member of multiple businesses, right? So I need to work on that part. Right? And I also just don't have a good way of doing team management and like organization style config. Now that like config can happen after MVP, but we at least want to lay the groundwork for how these records like get associated. So we'll have to think about how we do that part later. And better to do that sooner rather than later. But anyway, let's get back to UI stuff. And that UI stuff is this thing right here. So leaving off, fix this switch. Hold on, let me check one more thing. Oh yeah, the thumbnail looks great. Nice, nailed it. Okay, so every 10 minutes, like on the 10 minutes. So theoretically, in 4 minutes, we'll see the banner pop up. Trying to make sure I'm not playing it twice. Oh, it's just the drum beat, right? Yeah, that part, right? They're just trying to emulate Ginger Baker. My dad is a huge fan of cream, and he describes Ginger Baker as his drumming sounds like a sack of potatoes falling, right? Like spilling out. So here we go. This is the element we're talking about. Oh, and I guess the main issue is that I just don't have a BG on this. Yeah, we kind of see it. Okay, so now this would end up needing shadow. And I think I want the background to actually be our primary, and maybe that's it. So yeah, BG primary, border primary. I just don't have those colors defined in the Tailwind config. So I forgot to bring that over. Pretty sure that's the issue. Oh, that is probably a big part. So do I have that over here? We do not. And hey, all right, so there it is. So cool. Yeah, maybe the OS for your personal finances. Interesting. I'm gonna paste it for myself. Oh, wait. Oh, interesting. So that just links directly. I'm not sure who that is, but yeah, let's check it out. But yeah, how you doing, Brian? Josh Pigford? I think that's his last name, right? Oh, okay, okay. Is that the dude that overpaid, or like, who didn't get all of his icons or whatever? He's the icon guy. Okay. That's all he's ever going to be known for, which is a shame. And I'm guessing it was actually maybe for this. No pun intended. Or was it for a different product he's working on too? I'm guessing it's for this. It's for the sister product? Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. You can even self-host it? Oh. Okay. Who is this backed by? Right? Is this a VC thing, or is this, you know, is Josh wealthy enough to fund this from other exits? I would guess he's not bootstrapping, but I don't know. yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, if you want to see like all the emotes we have, you can check that out there. Some things this past weekend, you saw a new software as a service built in PHP that had the option to switch between Stripe and Paddle, but you thought it could be a feature for the Waltr project. Yeah, the goal is actually to have you be able to configure which provider you use. We're going to launch with Stripe first, and PayPal second, but then, yeah, Paddle and other providers. Totally, yeah. I don't want to have to dictate what people use as, like, the backing, like, payment system for Waltr. But we're going to have to just start with, like, an MVP, right? But yeah, maybe. Seems cool. And it does still seem like somewhat relevant, right? Like he's got all of these like logos and stuff in the investing section. So yeah, even if the sister product is maybe doing the main part. Swiping right when I started talking about his other project. Okay. Nice. Do you want to link your video? Oh, that is cool. I have noticed an uptick in viewership somewhat recently. Maybe that's part of it. Interesting. Yeah, and that's like the mobile app, right? Okay. So some people dislike it. I think streamers are actually more stoked on it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, good timing. But yeah, I don't know. Seems interesting. We'll have to check it out at some point. Oh, so it was based on the icon stuff for sure. Well, they had to put in some work. Oh, damn. I don't think I had seen, like, the person's name. Well, yeah, here you go. Where's the save for later button? Save? That doesn't ding you, right? Yeah, I don't want to mess up your stats or whatever. Let me do it this way. Just throw it back there. Oh no, dude. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. Appreciate that.
We are in the presence of greatness.
Yeah, thank you for the follow as well.
Kuros is a star in the world of extreme unicycle climbing, a sport where athletes ascend steep mountain paths solely on unicycles. Their greatest play was during the Vertical Rush event in the Swiss Alps, where they executed a daring leap over
a thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Securing victory at the last second. This remarkable feat is still celebrated as the highest jump ever performed in the sport. Besides this, Kuros holds the record for the fastest ascent on the notorious Mount Vex vertical trail, completing the climb in just under an hour.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Do you stream here on Twitch too?
We are in the presence of greatness. Roland's a distinguished star in the thrilling world of sky sailing.
Oh, I should at least do the sub thing.
Navigate high-speed sailplanes through challenging aerial courses marked
once
by
in a while.
floating boys in the sky. They're famously known for the Roland's Loop, a daring maneuver where they executed 3 vertical loops followed by a swift inverted flight through the narrowest passage in the Grand Sky Canyon race, solidifying a world record. Through their career, Roland's has not
Do you mainly do tech content?
Sky sailing, but also championed eco-friendly innovations in the sport's technology.
Yeah, super easy.
We are in the presence of
You get 2 in the zone. You may consider like a Pomodoro timer.
Pumping sport of ice canoeing, a thrilling race
Right?
across ice.
When the Pomodoro like ticks, hey, then you like focus on chat for a few minutes. I think Jason Langsdorff does that really well.
Victory at the last second with an audacious paddle sprint. Alongside this, they've set records for the fastest solo ice crossing and have been instrumental in popularizing the sport internationally.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do it. I think it's really effective. I think Bash Bunny, when she streamed more, that was something she did for a while.
We are in the presence of greatness.
I think Time Enjoyed also does.
Athlete in the sport of Skyblade, a thrilling competition where competitors perform acrobatic maneuvers on hoverboards at high altitudes. Their greatest play was during the World Skyblade Championship, where Milos performed the Celestial Drop, a daring plummet from 3,000 feet, followed by a triple somersault comeback just above the surface, securing the championship title. They set a record for the
at least get
highest
something
altitude
done
in the history of the sport, earning them legendary status among Skyblade enthusiasts. We are in the presence of greatness. Deech is a rising star in the dynamic world of hoverboarding, a futuristic sport combining elements of surfing.
I like hearing some of the sports.
And flight technology. They're best known for their incredible maneuver at the last Intergalactic Hoverboard Championship, where they executed a triple spin over the Orion Loop, a move that had never been attempted before. This play not only earned them the gold, but also set a new record for the highest altitude reached during a competition.
Ooh, the Belt of Orion.
Milestone in their career. Deech continues.
That is an old reference, right?
What's possible in hoverboarding.
It's an old meme, but it checks out. All right, so we don't want to go too crazy. So I got video editing work to do tonight, but we're gonna do one of these. Ooh, did I miss the scalar thing? So this is some sponsored content that we are testing out for Algora. I am making money from it. I do want to point that out. Not necessarily from the clicks or anything yet, but more just, you know, to demo it, to try it out, to see how it works. I did forget to check out the scalar stuff, though, which is a bummer, because that actually seems really interesting to me. So yeah, I like the fact that it's on a schedule, though. Not Algora, which is it's a bug bounty service, which is really cool, but they also have their own like hosting and streaming platform. Calcom does their like office hours on it, as an example. It's pretty cool. The dude who runs it is pretty awesome. Yeah, let me give you the link. Hey, I'm on the front page. Oh, man. But yeah, also just algora.io. Like, really cool for, like, bug bounty stuff. So yeah, like, you can just... You have some, like, issue on your open source project, and you want someone to be able to work on it, and you think $250 is fair for it, and that's awesome. All right, let's go look at it. Yeah, so if you're looking to make some money on the side and contribute to open source just for the sake of doing it, right? I'm not saying it's going to be something that gets you jobs, but still, just like understanding and working through someone's code base makes you more of a consideration for when they're hiring. And yeah, like Tail Call, Keep, a whole bunch of cool companies. Yeah, exactly, right? Yep. Yeah, I've seen Calcom. They've had a lot on here before. Looks like they haven't posted any in a while. But Zio and Keep. Yeah, it's really nifty. Damn, Zio has a lot. Block Note. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a really cool idea. 25 hundo bounty. What is that? Interesting. Okay. Is this a Rust project? Scala. Ah, okay. So yeah, there's definitely some like niche stuff, but if you're a Scala fan, there might be some cool things like, you know, if you got some expertise. 25 hundo seems pretty legit, but I'm not sure how much effort would go into it. All right, so it is coming through just slightly. Let me turn the volume down just a little more over here on Brian's video. I want to mute it because I can tell that. But now it shouldn't be coming through. And I wonder, oh, I can turn OS volume way down. There we go. So now I can just crank that back up. Perfect. Because they can't detect OS volume. Okay. But yeah, so every 10 minutes or so, we're going to see something come up. I do just want to check out Scalar as well. What is it? Scalar.something, right? .com. Just because, like, the tagline in their banner actually sounds really cool. So yeah, first class Open API support. Looks like you feed them an Open API doc or like file or whatever, and they generate docs for you. Nifty. If I hadn't already built my own for Waltr, I would be considering it pretty heavily. But I'm really proud of my Waltr docs. Like the API reference part, at least. The rest needs work. But yeah, like, you know, we basically took the Stripe docs and made them our own, as is tradition. But yeah, like the sticky bit, you know, like the endpoints being like findable here. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. But I could have saved myself a lot of effort, maybe. All right, so you just upload the file. Pick a theme, it would generate the pages for you, and bam. And okay, so yeah, so fly.io, actual kick, LangChain, Gitbook. Pretty nifty. Oh, it's an integration too. If you're already using Docusaurus, then you can get these pages as just like just one extra page kind of thing. I'm really curious about this now. I think I'm more curious even about like the client, which is on waitlist right now. So this would be maybe for like local testing, etc. Yeah. I think there's some other API docs thing. What is it? Mintlify? I haven't like done any deep dives in comparing those. But let me get more music going. I do like the mint color. Right, so they do analytics, preview deployments. This part seems odd. I wouldn't think of docs as being a focus for that. Do we think this is just like a HubSpot integration or something? Like for this part? Cool. Yeah, we got that whole video watched, Brian, if you're still out there. No worries if you took off. Find it interesting. Oh, I think that was probably a bug. That menu should have hidden. Early access. Okay, so there's still like fairly early access for a lot of this. But yeah, this does seem cool. I like the idea. I think OpenAPI is hugely important. What I'd love to see more from this, like from Scalar, is like better like SDK generators. Right? Better than like the OpenAPI generator repo. Because I'm using those right now. And they're alright. But it's never like the best code. So yeah, anyway, back to what we're doing. Wrong one there. Alright, so yeah, bringing the colors in. Yep, and that makes a lot of this other stuff look way better too. Makes that look better. Okay, yep. Yeah, this looks so much better than it did. Awesome. Okay. It does mean that I want to consider how these pages look again. So I don't think we want to do like the margin or padding on the top, because then we'd have to do it for this too. But I do think I want to make sure this goes full height. And I want to do the thing that Mantine is doing. So if we go to Mantine's documentation, right? See how they have the sidebar on the right? Sure. We need to get like the, as we scroll, that thing updating. That's easy enough. We can do that later. That's just a simple scroll spy. But when we get to the bottom, the way they like slide up the footer, I really like that. Now we might just do it to where the middle section is the part that scrolls up like that. But yeah, I like that. So let's do a little bit of this then. I think I'm going to have to reconsider where our footer gets positioned. But totally doable. So a lot of that styling for the sliders is fixed now. Part we care about then is back to the app shell. God, I wish we had these paths fixed. That part's annoying. I'll have to think about that later, though. Yeah, so here, how we have app.shell.main and then the custom aside. If I pull this out and we put it at the bottom like that, we don't need that foo anymore. Right, I'd want to maybe... Right, give it the indentation we'd have for the sidebar there. Maybe not. It's something we'll have to revisit when we start adding way more stuff to the footer. Right now, it's pretty bare. Like, there's definitely going to be stuff in this footer that is really only relevant on the marketing pages. Ooh, that is a big, long message. Let me get to it. 1 second. You recently started your dev journey and been doing a bit of work in JavaScript. You've started to see some vernacular around TypeScript being a very important component to potential career prospects. What are your thoughts on balancing the two? So I knew what you meant. Sorry. Yeah. It reminded me of a thing earlier today. Oh, hold on. Running the whole gambit is something someone said earlier. I didn't correct him in the moment because I thought it was hilarious. Because it works. I understood what they meant, and that's all that language is meant to do, right? Like, I understood exactly. They meant gamut. But gambit actually fits. It actually works totally. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I like those, like, bone apple tea type moments, right? So, yeah, I almost wondered, like, did vernacular have a bone apple tea moment just as a typo? But anyway, yeah, no worries. The thing I was going to say, though, is all valid JavaScript is valid TypeScript, right? So TypeScript is just a superset of JavaScript. So at that point, you basically lose nothing from learning TypeScript too. Now, it is worth at least doing a little bit of JavaScript to recognize the things that TypeScript is saving you from. Because you can write safe JavaScript code. It is more verbose. There's more things that you have to check. But we do have the, the safe navigation operator in regular JavaScript, which simplifies a lot of what we need to do. So I would say, yeah, just you should probably start on TypeScript sooner rather than later, because most of it ends up being the same. All right? JavaScript is just TypeScript without types. So you can copy and paste any JavaScript into TypeScript, and it's technically valid. TypeScript might yell at you because of how you might have TypeScript configured for strictness. But other than that, it's technically valid still. If you are trying to learn TypeScript, yes, importing third-party libs, like there's a bunch of stuff where you're going to run into some issues theoretically. That can be tricky. But you're going to run into more issues using something like Vite, which doesn't care if it's TypeScript or JavaScript, realistically. Right? It's more like ES module problems you're going to run into. But Type Hero might be the thing you want to check out. Here we go. So this is like a set of just, you know, little micro projects or whatever. Not projects, but like katas to actually learn like typing stuff rather than just general like logic. Like these are actually like specifically type like problems to solve. Whereas if you were to go to Exorcism, their TypeScript track is basically the same JavaScript program, like problems you would solve, but just in TypeScript, because they are that interchangeable. But this actually focuses more on understanding like types and how to use them. And ooh, PostHog. So real quick, who here uses PostHog? I'm really curious about that. I've been considering it quite a bit, right? Especially like just for analytics. PostHog is huge, but I think it's interesting how they solve like feature flagging and A/B testing, like all of it. I find that very, very compelling. I haven't switched to them yet. I'm still using my own feature flagging for a bunch of stuff. I'm using Plausible for analytics, but at some point I do want to demo like testing out and messing with PostHog. I don't know if you guys have seen, but like Theo is a big fan of PostHog. I think that's what he uses for analytics for a lot of his stuff. Pretty sure I saw a tweet of his or something. So yeah, PostHog. Let's at least look at it real quick. Oh, if I could type. Google knew what we wanted. I like their site design as well, though, right? Like, this is a pretty website. You like their pricing page? Yeah, let's look at it. Yes. I want something that comes in a box. Yes. That's awesome. Okay, this is really good. Oh, that's a really good pricing page. Yeah, that's huge. Very well done, right? They make it look like just general e-commerce. Ridiculously cheap. It's totally free tier versus ridiculously cheap tier that goes to usage-based. What do you get for free on the free tier? I want to see what like the generous part means. So here we go. Usage capped at free tier limits. Damn. Wow. Okay, so once you add your credit card and go to usage-based, 7-year data retention. Okay, and then free tier right here. 1 million events a month. 5,000 session recordings. 1 million requests for your feature flags. Even surveys. And 1 million rows in their data warehouse. curious what the use case for the data warehouse is. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Okay, so it really does seem like they're going to be approaching like Datadog level vertical integration here soon. Yeah, I think it depends. When we look at analytics, that's pretty reasonable. The pricing is pretty good. I think surveys are a place where they would really make their money back. Right? Like the margin on the surveys system is probably pretty high. But if you're already using all this other stuff, right? That's how they get like big enterprise. Because most big enterprise companies just want to have like a single billing rate, you know? They just want one bill to pay. They don't want to have to invoice to like 7 other companies. If they're already approved with a company that does everything, then they can just add that feature. No questions asked in a lot of cases. Which is why Datadog is so big, right? It's why so many of these other like just larger enterprise focused companies do so much like vertical integration. Because it's a massive effort to get like a new vendor. But if you're already with the vendor, if you're with the vendor already, then just adding a new feature within that vendor is relatively low effort at a lot of like larger companies. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Oh, nice. The Starship Enterprise. Captain's log, $2,000 a month. Right? And if you're a large enough company, this might actually be pretty compelling. Right? Just getting like single sign-on is pretty huge. Yeah, exactly, 4-wheel. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I've worked at a life insurance company. Same idea, right? Setting up a new vendor, pretty much a non-starter. Right? Like the manager of like the little micro startup within the insurance company that I was working on, like fought tooth and nail so that we could use AWS instead of Azure. Because Azure was like the dictated from the top, everyone has to use like cloud platform. And I think it was a smart move on the part of that manager. Yeah, the talk to human button. Yep. Yeah, I like the design aesthetics. I don't know. It's like, yeah, this is a cool site. They've put a lot of effort into it. The reviews, like, yeah, the fact that they make this look so much like an Amazon product page, that's awesome. Yeah, like whoever they got designing their site kills it. I think one thing that I wish, and maybe I'm wrong, is PostHog actually self-hostable? So they do have a free open source software mirror. Okay. And yeah, like PostHog, you could self-host. Oh wow, huge. Yeah. I'm also a big fan of GrowthBook. Right? GrowthBook is like pretty much primarily focused on just feature flagging and experimentation. I really do wonder how much effort it would be for them to like spin out an analytics product too. But you could self-host this one as well. And wait, four wheel. What do you mean? Like, you're saying like you don't think that they would have self-hosting? It looks like they do. I'm not sure what the license actually is. All right, let's look at their license. Oh, the website. Yeah, I wasn't actually even thinking about the website. I find it interesting that PostHog is mostly Python code. Django? Oh. So yeah, self-hosting doesn't sound that fun to me. Yeah. Yeah, I think with like Theo and Mark are actually planning on self-hosting for Upload Thing as well, which is going to be huge, right? Because again, like they're talking to customers that, yeah, they require self-hosting. So yeah, kind of cool. Theo's cool and all. I'm a big fan of Mark. Mark's a cool dude. Right. Mark is like Theo's CTO at Ping. I might not actually know his last name. His Twitter handle is rmarked. So yeah, he's Theo's CTO at Ping, and like Upload Thing and all that. Lorkowski, that's the name. Yeah, no worries. Here, I'll give you a link. He makes some good tweets. Like, hold on, what's this one? Hey there, Mark! I just learned you were the only founding team member with a name that's a valid Scrabble word, and that really adds a fun twist to your story. Like, yeah, gotta love that low-effort cold outreach. So yeah, I saw that tweet earlier. That was a good one. Anyway, back to it. And yeah, Type Hero, awesome. Back to what we're doing. Yeah, so this part. The easiest part for this would maybe be... Right? Not foxed, fixed. And there we see it. We want the Z index. It's like Z... 0? Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. Can we do negative values for Z index? You can. Yes. Yes. Let's just do an MB, I don't know, what is it, like 20 REM or something? Oh, that's close. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna work, though. Where are we doing that blue color? What I want to do then is we're going to go back to the custom aside. And do that. I don't think our left sidebar is ever going to get big enough that we're having to deal with right, like with this getting cut off. We'll see, we'll see. Ooh, and yeah, I'll be streaming long enough that we're going to loop back through for some of these other like banner things that happen. And keep in mind that the banner is part of sponsored content, right? We are testing something out for Algora, and I think it's worthwhile. And I'm getting paid for it too, so it's definitely worth it. But keep that in mind, right? And we'll be continuing to maybe chat about some of these companies as the days go on. But yeah, some of these are really good. Like Unkey is something I've been meaning to look at for ages. Like especially for Waltr, right? Because we're doing like API key management. Somewhere. I thought we were. Ooh, I don't remember where we're doing our API key management. Maybe we didn't do that part yet, and maybe we have time to bring Unkey. Ooh, yeah, okay. I like that. Yeah, I could have sworn I had something for it, but I mean, we don't see it, right? Those guys. Yeah, for sure. So it's basically like an API key system as a service, which, yeah, you could roll your own, but again, handling invalidating keys, like all sorts of stuff. I could even see somehow like maybe they build out their own like key scanning service for GitHub or something, right? To like invalidate your keys if you push them up. Something like that, and notify you as well. I can see that being really useful, actually. Yeah, I haven't looked at their website for a while, but yeah, Unkey is something I'm actually like a big fan of that I haven't had a chance to use yet, but I'm a huge fan of the idea. So yeah, one thing I wanted to then do is in our custom aside, I want to undo that Z-fix. So now it's showing. What I'm wondering is, do I just do the same thing that we're doing for the left sidebar and turn the right, our custom aside into like a little like floating widget like this one? Then we'd be able to add like this top padding and line things up there so that like aesthetically that looks nicer. And then that would free us up for this problem because then we don't have to deal with like setting that height. Right? Like if we do H auto, it's exactly as we needed it, right? And then it solves our like sidebar problem here, and things just like scroll up and reveal like we already had. I'd probably want to add a bit of like padding there, or maybe it's margin, just so that like that part's consistent shadow wise, and like gap wise. Well, I see a border radius issue right there, too. Right, and a lot of this is just like, kind of like BS-y aesthetic stuff that we're going to end up probably gutting and changing at some point anyway. Yeah, no matter what, I want to get the padding on the overview page, which would then add padding for the settings page, which would then, yeah, just look nicer. I'm thinking also I might want to make the paddings that we have here, right, like that top and mid padding there. I might want to make it the same as like the padding that we're seeing there, just for like consistency. Yeah, let me get more music going. And yeah, if you guys see something pop up from like the banner down in the, you know, at the bottom of the screen, hold on, I'm not pointing right, like over, way down there, over there. If you see something interesting in the banner, feel free to ask about it and we'll look, we'll chat. We're gonna have all week to kind of like shout out and talk about some of these. I do probably want to check out Tigris though. Because I think the banner isn't what I thought Tigris was. And hey, that one guy. What's up, one guy? Thank you for the sub.
We are in the presence of greatness. Zerongai is a star player in the thrilling sport of gravity boarding, a high-octane race where competitors navigate steep vertical drops on advanced hoverboards. Their greatest play, known as the Zero Descent, involved a near vertical 500-foot drop on the treacherous Mount Vortex track, which they completed flawlessly, setting a new world record. Off the track, Zerongai is celebrated for initiating the annual Gravity Games, boosting the sport's popularity worldwide.
Oh. So here's something. You did all that, exactly. What I think I end up wanting to do is, yeah, we have that custom aside. I think that custom aside logic actually has to live up here. Right, like within, no, not settings. Within app shell. And custom aside is like, really, it's just so small. I need to look at the props that a side takes in. Wow, it really doesn't take much. Yeah, so disabled doesn't exist on the side. It's only on the base, which means that we're going to need logic to decide if we want to show it. All right, well, our first step, though, I need to just close that. That's not helping me anymore. Ooh, Fly.io. Yeah, awesome service. I think it's so cool how it scales to 0. I didn't know that until I chatted with someone at Render about it. And we've got an API failing on this page. There's so much work to do on this, but I think it'll be worth it. And hey, what's up, Ahmed? Twitter has so many loading spinners. Sorry, I just saw your comments over on YouTube. I need to be better about that. Yeah, what are you up to, Ahmed? Hopefully you're still out there. Twitter has a lot of loading spinners. So does Waltr. I'm okay with it. Alright, so P4, we're basically just doing one REM. Dribble got flooded with like finance dashboard stuff. Most seem to go for the card widget. I mean, I did this 2 years ago, but you're right, it was like at the height of the NFT craze. I think a big thing about this card style layout is I want to get, oh man, what is it? Swappy? No. Easy drag to swap solution. This. Yeah, like being able to just like drag these around. I'm pretty sure, I think Theo even made a video about this. I remember lurking his stream last Wednesday, and I think he was looking at it. But basically, yeah, I kind of want to make this happen for what we're doing over here in Waltr. I think that would be pretty cool, right? But I think a lot of them do go for it for that exact reason, right? I think it means I'm gonna have to do a bunch of like container query stuff. You know, like once this gets dragged to like a halfway section, we're gonna need to like stack it, right? Which I think we do, but we're doing it based upon... Oh, no, I guess we're not. Oh, that's annoying. Well, yeah, we got some mobile responsiveness issues. But yeah, let's stick to the task at hand. And for everyone who's unaware, I am still refamiliarizing myself with all of this. And yeah, I think something's up with that slider. One of the big refactors, I think, is I'm going to want to switch over to tan stack query. Because it does seem like we have a bunch of this stuff cached. Right? Like the foobar was showing. But yeah, we'll switch over to tan stack query or React query or whatever you want to call it these days. The important bit is in the aside, which we're not pulling back into here yet. We do want to style this thing. Double check how we're doing it in the app shell. And I've got way too many things open. Let's just kill all of them. Bring back some, like, the actual things we care about. And what's up, bad man? How you doing? Alright, so when we go look at navbar here on the left, React grid layout? Maybe. Yeah, I'd want to look at maybe how Swappy wants this stuff to work. And no, yeah, this would make sense. So we'd basically just have the sections of what we saw as slots that you can like drag and drop between. And then we'd have items that would fit there. Okay. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I want to give Swappy a try. Oh, but doing it with React. Examples React. Okay, so there is an example. Okay. Yeah, we'll go look at that at some point. I have worked with Svelte. I think it's a fine framework. It has some really cool ideas, and it is quite simple, right? I think it's somewhat brilliant in the way it works. But I do want to push back and just say, like, are you doing this for the purpose of getting a job? There are far less jobs available focused on Svelte. And your Svelte learning will be less relevant towards React. Now, some of it will transfer, right? The idea of components, right? Building out your application, etc., will be similar. But there's only so much overlap between them as far as like what feels familiar and what doesn't. So learning your first framework totally makes sense, right? Like pick any one. If you're doing this to do it for a job, I would do this, Badman. I don't know where you live. Start looking at jobs in your area. And for your first job, you're probably going to want to concentrate on ones that you can drive to. So look at jobs near you, rather than like trying to go full remote for your first junior job. It's possible, but I think there is a benefit to being in the office, being seen, and building rapport, because it makes you harder to cut. And as a junior, yeah, being harder to cut is important. So yeah, I don't often have framework concerns. Like, yeah, if you are experienced, any framework will work, right? Solids, felt, whatever, you're good to go. But if you haven't gotten a job in the industry yet, you probably want to pick the one that people are hiring. So depending on where you live, that will change. I've heard in Germany, Angular is huge. So I'd recommend Angular at that point. If you're here in the US and you're focused on startups, maybe, or like startups are just common where you're at, React is pretty much like what startups pick. When it comes to enterprise, if you're in an area where there isn't much startup game, but there's a lot of big enterprise, look at what they're hiring for. It might be Angular. I will say, learning any one first will prepare you with like the idea of what routing is and the idea of what components are and how they work. Svelte will totally do that for you. But you're going to end up having to learn another after that anyway if you're trying for like employability. Ooh, fancy. I just hit 40,000 views on YouTube. Whoever's out there. Thank y'all. vidIQ, they do a really good thing where they actually like send you these messages of like achievements within their platform that don't exist on YouTube, but it still keeps vidIQ like at front of mind. I think it's really smart the way they're doing it. vidIQ is like a YouTube tool. And hey, what's up, Isaac? Yeah, thank you. You were number 40K or whatever, I think. But basically, yeah, vidIQ is a way of like analyzing other like videos, right? You can go to anyone's YouTube channel and it'll give you like little like extra context of like, yeah, the views that you see here is 10x compared to their average or something, right? So it's like a really useful tool if you are a YouTuber. I'm not paying for it because I just wanted to evaluate it, but I do believe we pay for it at work. And I think that makes a lot of sense. We might be on free tier, I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, vidIQ. For anyone who has like aspirations towards YouTube, I would highly recommend checking it out. It took all of those weeks to grow what I have right here. I just like to try it out. Like, typically once a year. I didn't get a chance to try it out last year because I ended up getting laid off in, what was it, November? And because of that, well, shucks. I guess I gotta stay, like, employable looking. Which means typically shave this awful mustache. Like, it's just bad. It's a terrible mustache. You don't have to, like, hide your feelings about it. It's an awful mustache. It takes me, like, 3 months to get something thick enough that it even looks like a, hey, you've been growing that mustache for a while kind of thing. Versus this, that's like, oh, hey, you just started growing this, like, a couple days ago, right? Weeks ago. Yeah, I just need to like get it to a point where I can start trimming it, and then like other hairs grow in to like the same length as I keep trimming, and then it's like filled out more, it's like thicker. Yeah, for sure. And hold on, I want to point out, I haven't shaved at all. I didn't touch my cheeks or anything. It's not like I'm crafting this awful mustache from the rest that grows. No, it doesn't grow anywhere else. I got the finest peach fuzz on these cheeks. Right? If I just started like shaving the peach fuzz off and made a pillow out of it, I could sell that pillow for like $1 million. But it would just take me 100 years to make it. A Chris Down pillow. Patent pending. But yeah, I can't grow a beard to save my life. Oh, chrisdown.com. Yeah. I'd rather get peachfuzz.com, but that might be a totally different website. It's probably taken, you're right. But it might be worth it, right? Like friend.com, it only cost 1.8 million of their $2 million like investment, right? Worth it. We'll make it back. All we got to do is sell one pillow, and boom, we've got that profit. Now we'll go totally like boomer domain style. It'll be peachfuzzpillows.com. Right? Like an entire sentence in a domain name. Get yourself a peachfuzzpillow.com. Right? That one's available. Totally. No big deal. All right. Back to work, I guess. Yeah, I just want to double check this. So it would be a P4, transparent, etc. We do the sidebar thing. Where is sidebar coming from? That's our applications sidebar. Ooh, so yeah, components, utils, sidebar. No, so we can't do this exact sidebar. So this is our responsive sidebar wrapper, which we're not going to use. Sidebar itself does use it, though. Oh, and paper. Is paper still an element they give us? Like, it's still rendering, right? So that's it. Yeah, no worries, Mr. Fabridev. Yeah, get some sleep, man. Yeah, sometimes that happens. It means you need it. Yeah, get that sleep. You know I'll be here tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and the Tigress one is shown. Yeah, we'll do more of like the heavy call-outs tomorrow. Tigress seems really interesting. And actually, hold on. Let's go look at Tigress real quick. Just for the sake of the Algora people maybe picking out some of this for convincing people. But I'll be doing more of these kind of like checking things out. Throughout the week. And yeah, what I'm wondering at this point, and so keep in mind, we may have seen it. It's actually going to toggle over to Fire Crawl here in a second. But basically, the banner that's going to show in the corner there, we are helping prove out the idea for Algora about how like bannered and sponsored content could work. And like, so our feedback on this system is worthwhile. Do we think the banners are chill? Like, are they okay? Have they been like obtrusive? Are you guys bummed out by them? I feel like the banners are good, but me like popping over and talking about it might be becoming obtrusive. To where I'm wondering, would there be like a good system where maybe like every hour we do a spiel and just go like, we crawl the website and look at it and chat about it? Okay, so they're not bumming you out at least. Awesome. I think me diverting what we're talking about to look at it, I'm just doing this so that maybe they have some like some clips to take from this stream so that they can like keep working on it. I think my goal would be to maybe focus on like maybe 1 an hour, because I stream for like hours, you know? So yeah, like once an hour, maybe we go like check out the thing and look at it and see what we think. It is sponsored content, keep that in mind, right? Like I am making money off this. So I'm not trying to say like, hey, I'm just doing this out of the goodness of my heart. I would have to help them establish it, right? But yes, I'm getting paid. So real quick though, right? Tigress is probably the last one. Oh, no, I see Highlight coming up. We all know Highlight. I really like the Highlight guys. So yeah. We'll check out Highlight here in a bit too. We've looked at Highlight a bunch of times. Yeah, I think a big part of what they might do is try and sell companies on like focused streams too. Like, do we want to spend a day adding Highlight to something, right? Like maybe that's something you opt into, right? Like you sign up for it. Like at this point, what I'm wondering is Algora could massively step into the space that like Streamlabs does for like generic streamer content. So if you don't know, Streamlabs, when you sign up for it as a streamer, they send you like offers like, hey, if you stream, and like put up this banner for this thing and you get X amount of people to sign up, you get blank amount of money. What I'm wondering instead is, could there be like an opt-in, right? Basically like Algora becomes a broker for like whole sponsored stream segments or something, versus just like a banner that shows at the bottom, right? Is there some way of like, hey, here we are as like Algora, and we have a company sign up for X amount of like focus streams about their product. Whether they happen or not, well, that's up to like streamers taking the deal. Yeah, I don't know. I think that could be cool, Isaac. Like, it would have to be like an opt-in process, and it'd have to be like planned ahead of time. At which point, like, they almost act as like an agent. Like, facilitating these deals. And that was a thing that I think Rox, from Rox Codes, was actually, like, trying to do a little bit. And that's how we got, like, that one sponsored stream a couple years ago for the, which one was it? That's how we ended up getting that sponsored stream from Microsoft about the decentralized identity thing, right? Rox was looking for someone, anyone, to do a stream about it. And he was desperate, and he was like, hey, man, could you do it? I was like, hell yeah, I could do it. Why not? So we did. And we built out that entire NPM, right? Do I still have that? I do. All right, so I'm still paying for this domain. I forgot about that. Have you guys seen this? Like, who here is new enough to stream that you've never seen this before? So, right, NPM possible match. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to find English words that are not already repos in NPM. It's harder than you think. Check out the rules to find out more. Right, so let's go look at the rules for sure. So, letters only, right? Numbers don't count. Has to be a real word in, like, the English language. English only. 3 letters minimum, 10 letters maximum. Yeah, no worries. It's a fun one. Yeah, a little bit, Isaac. I think that would be huge. Yeah, I think it could be cool. I don't know. I'm happy to, like, brainstorm this with Algora a little bit. Because I think being focused on tech products is so much better than, like, Streamlabs and their, like, Factor 75 BS or whatever, right? Like, I'm never going to do a Factor 75 sponsorship. I'm never going to do a Raid Shadow Legends. I'm just not going to do it, okay? But if a company that I might actually consider using at some point was a thing Streamlabs, like, showed to me as an option, well, yeah, I might have done that by now. So Algora could totally fill that void. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming. I assume... No, hell no. I'm not going to do Raid Shadow Legends. Like, come on. I got a conscience. Like, a little one. But whatever, you know. So, basically, I built this thing out. I know, I'm, like, all over the place today. I built this thing out on stream. And we were using a session-based Microsoft identity platform. It was the decentralized identity stuff, which was blockchain-based and was a thing that Microsoft was doing. I don't know how focused they are on it right now. Of course he did. That dude will do anything for me. Did you see the latest shenanigans? Dude, did you see the latest shenanigans he just pulled? He has a bit where he's doing an ad for the new Monster Hunter game. And he has this, like, bar at the bottom for how long the ad is. But the bar is not actually real time. It actually gets slower as it gets towards the end. So he's actually, like, misleading people about how long the ad is going to go for to prevent them from skipping ahead. It's, like, the shadiest thing I've ever seen. Like, holy shit, dude. Dude, yeah, Mr. Beast will do anything for me. Right? Absolutely deceptive design. It's a dark pattern for sure. Exactly, Pyro. It's like the most disingenuous, like, awful thing I've seen him do so far, and I don't even watch his content, so I assume he's done even worse. Like, dude, like, yeah. I don't trust that dude as far as I can throw him, and with my bad shoulder, I shouldn't be throwing anybody. Yes, that's a Ferris Bueller reference. I have not seen that exact trick done before, but it's just awful. So, hold on. Isaac, you would need to find a way to validate that the streamer does it, though. I mean, it's definitely additional income for the streams, which is always good. Yeah, I think that's a big part there, Isaac. Streams are recorded. It's pretty easy. You know, like, streams are recorded. You can tell if I'm making a stream about someone's product pretty quickly. So, Renegade, there are some cases where the countdown timer, yes, it's been done, but not for something that is, like, monetary. Yes, Windows has done it before, for sure. Download and upload, like, progress bars have done it before, for sure. But none of them are, like, directly related to someone getting paid cash. Right? Like, the money is the influencing factor here. Yeah, the infamous 99% stall. For sure. Oh, hold on. We're gonna wait on this. I didn't even finish it. But yeah, I think progress bars are tough no matter what. So that's a different thing. Ooh, there you go, Isaac. Yeah. I believe Algora is bootstrapped. So they're not necessarily looking for that VC money, but it might be a really nice way of, like, selling a company on your ad platform, right? So that could be worthwhile. Okay, and so full transparency, my contact at Algora sent me a message. I'm just reading through it real quick. Yep, yeah, so they want to chat more about this. Yeah, they think it's a great idea. Awesome. So yeah, they're stoked. Sweet. Hell yeah. Oh, and let's play the game. Yeah. We can't use the Microsoft identity right now. Keep that in mind. Sorry, like, I'm all over the place. But yeah, as far as this game goes, it was a fun one. But this was part of a sponsored content stream in which I built out this entire thing. And part of the gist was using the Microsoft decentralized identity to build it. Right? Currently, their provider, which we have to connect with, which I thought was, like, part of the goal. I wanted to show what it was like to be a consumer of someone else's provider. But their provider isn't actually stable. And I think it's no longer working. Like, we can try it. Yeah. Error generating code because they killed the keys that do so. So instead, let's just do it GitHub-wise. Oh, so Isaac, the thing I'm talking about already, let me just pass you the link, because I think it's cool. I'm talking literally about tv.algora.io. So if you're not familiar, Algora is a, like, bounty program, right? So open source projects can create a bounty for, like, an issue that they have it set. Yeah, logging in with Twitch and GitHub totally works, because I know how to do OAuth. Right? And that's why, like, I'll probably never use someone else's, like, OAuth provider wrapper. Because I can spin up, like, once you've spun up the callback and, like, the redirect URLs and stuff, spinning up a new OAuth provider is like an hour or two of work. It's mad. So yeah, like, I've done enough OAuth over the entire portion of my career, like 10 years-ish, that yeah, I don't balk at spinning up some OAuth stuff anymore. For people who have never done OAuth, Auth0 makes a lot of sense. If you don't want to manage users yourself, Clerk makes a lot of sense. Personally, I just don't find a use for those things myself. But okay, so yeah, Isaac, yeah, tv.algora.io, they are the ones that are basically doing the banner thing already. So that's like what we're trying to prove out. And if you don't want to, you know, watch over there, still check it out if you're doing open source stuff and you want to, you know, want to spread things out a bit. Ooh, OAuth implementations are your favorite way to learn or try new languages. Okay. Hell yeah. And DM Mulroy, dude, congratulations, man. I think I liked your tweets. But dude, yeah. Dude, really happy for you, man. Good job. You've tweeted it out. I just want to like shout it out for everyone else. DM Mulroy is engaged. Really good photos and everything on your Twitter. Like, yeah, really cool, man. So yeah, like, let's get a round of applause or whatever out there. Like, yeah. Ooh, GDU, really? I'm sorry, man. That's rough. A little bit there, Isaac. Yeah. Algora's like TV platform is very much like software dev focused, right? Which has been tried before, but it's not their only source of revenue. They have their like main platform that makes them money as well, which I think other platforms haven't done right? They've been trying to make the streaming thing their only source of revenue, and they're not profitable. Whereas I think Algora maybe has like more longevity to it because it's not their core thing. But it also means that maybe they just can't realize profit and do something else. Like, I don't know. I still like it though. Really like, you know, the owner, the creator, like cool people. But especially for like the bug bounty stuff. That's like awesome. But yeah, so DM Mulroy, what I was getting at is, have I shown you this one before? This is my favorite way to learn a new language. I have this product I've built, and I haven't done it for like a new language for a while because I might make something else. But basically, there's this backend API I've written in Node, and we might search for a word like guardian. And we'll look and see, like after hitting some dictionary APIs for synonyms, if there are any available domains. Well, yeah, principal keeper, that's way too long. But what if we did like get guardian? Then we can do the same lookups, right? It's cached in Redis, and we will do the lookup for get and guardian together. So hey, get bailiff. Yeah, maybe name your app bailiff. Why not? I don't know. Call it Cerberus. I don't know, man. But that's the idea. I made this tool because I didn't see anything else that did exactly that. And I wanted to figure out domain names for the random side projects I made. What I ended up doing then is in about 2016, maybe 2017, this was exactly how I learned Go, Rust, and Elixir. So I rebuilt the backend in Go, Rust, and Elixir, and it checked off like a bunch of boxes. I have to spin up an API server, right? How do I do that? What does the ecosystem look like? I need to make requests out to a JSON API and an XML API. I need to do a whois lookup. I need to store stuff in Redis for caching. So like I'm like checking off all these different boxes of things that I would normally have to do with a REST API anyway. So because of that, yeah, that's how I learned Rust back in 2016. That's how I learned Elixir and Go. And I also, during the process, did like a time tracker. And that time tracker, here's the craziest part. I believe the Rust took me like 23 hours after already building out the node, like I knew what I wanted. The Elixir, I think, took like 21 or 22. And the Go took me 20. But because I was brand new to Go, and this is back in 2016, and I wasn't as good at dev as I consider myself now, I was hung up on like one bug for way too long. Like it probably would have even been like 17 or 18 hours. Maybe even less than that. Where I was unmarshalling some JSON and the capitalization thing got me. So because of that bug, the 20 hours that I spent on Go felt longer than the 22 and 23 I spent on the other languages, right? And I really do think Go would benefit from like a training wheels version of the compiler, right? Because they're not going to introduce anything that makes the compiler slower in general, but if you can throw a flag on it and make the compiler do some more like introspection or like, just like look like reflectiveness to see like, hey, that thing, there's actually like a lowercase prop when it should have been an uppercase prop. Could we warn you about it? They totally could, but they just don't. And I think that has led to a lot of just read the manual type situations. Like a lot of elitism in the Go community. Like, well, you should probably just read the docs again. No, it is not immediately obvious that this struct I'm creating in this context is actually like hitting the boundary of like needing to like make these things capitalized. It's not obvious to someone coming from pretty much any other language. Because the capitalization thing for public and private is wonky. That's insane. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Now, I think Go is a great language besides that one aspect. I think the simplicity is cool, but some of the things that are not like explicit, right? Implicit, public and private is super annoying. And it doesn't seem explicit until you actually like, you've done enough Go to recognize it. So yeah, like just good error messages would help Go so much, but it would slow down their compiler, and they basically have like a no like compiler regression rule. Right? As far as like performance and compile times go. So yeah, like the biggest thing is dealing with this and chatting with like another Go dev at a like a hack meetup, right? So it was like a monthly meetup at Substantial here in Seattle. You might remember Substantial from back in those days. They were a competitor to Fresh and the one you used to work at. But basically, yeah, there was like a hack night at Substantial once a month where I went and people just hang out, drink beer, chat. I was chatting with someone and they basically pulled the read the fucking manual thing on me. Yeah. And I basically had that face of James Franco in the interview or whatever, like right? Like, yeah, I basically did that. So yeah, anyway, as far as learning new languages, I love rebuilding something I've already built. That's one of my favorite things, and I need it to check all these boxes, right? Is there a package for doing whois lookups, or do I have to call out to the command line? Like, things like that. So yeah, I really enjoy just rebuilding this same thing. I had very limited access to PHP 4. I think I got started normally or like mostly at like 5.1. Possibly 5.3. Like I may have done a WordPress site in PHP 4, but I don't think I was a good enough programmer to really recognize what was bad about it. And by the time I had started getting into it more, 5.3 was like the thing. Oh yeah, so you went through a lot of like the bad times. But yeah, anyway, boom, cool. Anyway, someone mentioned some words, obliviate. Obliviate. Word not in our dictionary. All right, so our dictionary might be limited. What was some other words someone wanted to check here on NPMPM before we get back to what we're mainly doing?
Lost our kindness. Lost our soul.
Oh, so at the point of PHP 7, it was a no-no? Okay.
When we take the weak
I think by 5.3,
to be ridiculed, laughed at,
I think at 5.3, they had like a proper private keyword.
laughed at to the point where they would literally rather kill themselves than live with us anymore.
Perplex, taken.
My name is Frank.
7 years ago, though. Right? And this game will make you realize how awful it is. Oh, and yes, Isaac, your word was inept. And I think you are messing with it, like you've already like fiddled with it. Yeah, inept wasn't an exact match, but it was close to something else. A gate. Ooh, 2 points. A gate, though, is taken. Anti-gate client that doesn't suck 10 years ago. I think it sucks by now. Oh, Epic is absolutely taken. There's no doubt in my mind. Yeah. 12 years ago. Hasn't been touched. Fernie? I don't think Fernie is going to be in our dictionary. Oh, okay. You got 1 point. See, it's actually kind of a fun game, right? So you're talking about PSR2? So, frackery, it has to be a legitimate word in, like, our English dictionary. So I'm going to guess that is not in our English dictionary. Yeah, not in the dictionary. Vizier! Ooh, so you could get Vizier. Ooh, Preacha. You should sell your services. Quades? Start the reactor? Quades? It is a word. What? That's like the only non-QU Q word out there, isn't it? Yeah, because Vizier, we're doing like a Haverstein distance between... hold on, wait. Not Haverstein, that's... Levenstein distance. We're doing a Levenstein distance on like words that are taken. Have I built large code bases using vanilla JS? No, I typically use frameworks. Now, if you're talking about like JS without TypeScript, yeah, I've built some large stuff without TypeScript before. But as far as like vanilla JS, nah. You had to do Levenstein distance in your last round of interviews. Oh, interesting. At Vercel? Oh, nifty. Oh, that's fun. Just at a different company. Oh, at Mercury. Ooh, I'm using Mercury. I like it. Yeah, they're a cool company. Oh, and hold on. Ahmed said pyramid. Well, we can't do pyramid with 2 Ds, though. Oh. Typing that in the wrong place. Oh, they're a full Haskell shop. Interesting. I bet hiring for that sucks. Like, dude. That sounds like a miserable hiring process from their perspective. All right, so pyramid taken. Unbent. Ooh, unbent. Nicely done, Preacha. Ooh, volition. Nicely done. Yeah, slated to hire 75? Like, yeah, dude. Yeah, I've only done limited Haskell. We tried making a Vexilla Haskell SDK. We didn't finish it. Like, nah, I'm good. I think I could probably make it happen now. Especially after the OCaml stuff. Which, thank you there, DM Mulroy. Yeah, I think, like, ooh, decants. Nicely done, Illist. Radiums. Ooh, you're killing it. Now, hold on. Radium is taken. So, yeah, adding just an S to some words really does get you there. It's interesting that our Levenstein distance isn't kicking in for that one. Yeah, so Renegade, that's like very much just a hallmark of functional languages in general. Yeah, maybe, Isaac. Yep, yeah, prefixes and suffixes are the way to build up a lot of points in this, for sure. Unpower? That's a word? That's in our dictionary? Huh. Yeah, I don't remember DML, right? Because, yeah, Formidable got bought out, right? I forget who owns them now. Near form, absolutely. Yeah, near form. Okay, so radium? Yeah, I don't remember radium. What was radium for? Victory was great. Oh, okay. So it's basically a CSS and JS library. Got it. Yeah, I think it maybe made sense. Oh, you maintained Victory? Nice. Yeah, I used to really like Victory. It was something I reached for quite a bit until I ran into some like weird issues with it recently, and then discovered that they're unmaintained. But yeah, real quick, let me shout out some follows. Talent and Ryback and Frackery. Thank y'all for the follows. Welcome. Oh, really? Yeah, the API was great, but it was basically a D3 wrapper, right? But like reactified. So yeah, that already sounds insane. Oh, it only used D3 scale. Oh, really? Okay. So then it was like all of its own graphing? Yeah, that sounds even wonkier. Oof. Yeah, real quick, I do have to go use the restroom again. I do need to pour some more water. We're going to pour another beverage too. And we're going to hack on this stuff a little bit more. But yeah. Almost no JSX and was like clone element. Maybe like react.create element? Or do you mean literally clone element? Literally clone element. I've never even seen that API. That's insane to me. Okay. Now I'm gonna have nightmares. Yeah, that sounds really scary. Like, oh god. I didn't know that was actually a thing. Alright, yeah, let me go pour some more water. Be right back. I'm back. And yeah, I'm a little all over the place today just because, man, when I take a day off of streaming, I really miss it. So yeah, Sundays really get me like stoked to stream on Monday. So yeah, let's actually get back to what we're building. Seems like I have a goal of learning something new. It depends on the project. For the one we're working on right now, nah, learning isn't even like a part of it. Like, I actually want to just build this as a product. So it really just depends on the thing. I definitely do build projects to learn. Like, that totally happens. And I didn't do it nearly as much before I started streaming. Like, streaming is my favorite thing to do because it allows me to just do anything I want, basically. And I get to hang out and chat and like, yeah. I recommend everyone here start streaming. I know it might not be for everybody. Maybe you don't work the way I do. I massively benefit from the background, like, diffuse thought process. And chatting with y'all during some of these random diatribes, my background brain is still kicking. So yeah. I believe what we want to do for this sidebar then, and not the sidebar, actually for the aside, we've got this div. I want to turn this padding into like a P4. I don't know if that's the right rounded. But this aside, we want BG primary 50. There we go. And then we want to add padding to this. And I think just add a little bit of shadow. Like a glove. All right, so that looks pretty good on the sides there. I think I want to add just like a padding top to the main section. You like them? Yeah, thanks. I don't even know which ones they are. I think one is like Nunito. I think we've got it defined in our app CSS. Maybe you're talking about my editor, Motivate Matt, right? Like, obviously, you mean this font, yeah? Okay, fine. I guess. So yeah, we're using Nunito for our, like, title fonts, I think. And then Source Serif for just like, or Source Serif Pro for just like the regular stuff. You do like the editor one too? Awesome. So yeah, if you want, I made those ligatures myself. Those were farm to table ligatures. Only the best. Artisan farm to table, organic free range ligatures. Yeah, no worries. I think here's the big thing though, it is not monospaced. It is just standard Comic Sans that I added ligatures to. So I don't even own the copyright. Like, it's Microsoft's or whoever owns that copyright. If you are looking for a monospaced like Comic Sans, I believe Comic Code is quite good. I hate the D. Okay. That's a different D. That's their, like, logs font. Oh, hold on. Wait. Oh, that looks funky. Where is that? Oh, hold on. We want to get rid of that border left. No, I'm actually not a font person. I just need it to be readable. Like, so I am particular about, like, specific characters. But other than, like, certain characters, I don't care. Like, at all. So one big thing is, like, a G and a Q, like lowercase, need to be very obviously different. Another big one is, right, like a lowercase L and a capital I need to be very different. You know, a platform that messes that one up? Twitch. Right? Look at it in your chat box versus looking at it here on stream, like below. Yeah, Twitch messes that one up massively. Yeah, I hate it. So I'm very particular about certain characters. As long as a font gets those right, and I can read it, we're good to go. And I'm pretty sure there's a couple other things too. I'm just double checking I didn't mess that one up. Oh, yeah, that's something I should have fixed about this font here, right? Like O and O. I should have put a dot in the middle of the 0. I definitely should have. Like, they're different enough, but it's not, like, scannable, right? You have to actually, like, read it versus scanning it. Oof. Yeah, for sure, Motivate. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's super annoying. So you work, like, on the IT end of things, huh? Have you tried turning it off and on again? I'm so happy that IT Crowd is on Pluto. This is the first time I've ever seen IT Crowd on one of the free hosting, like, streaming platforms. So if you want to get back into IT Crowd, I believe all of it is there, like the full series, besides maybe the Christmas special. We got to, like, season 4 yesterday, I think. Oh, I've seen it a lot, but I've never seen it on, like, the free streaming platforms. You've probably had it for free via, like, just BBC type stuff, right? Like, technically it was an ITV show, right? But I think a lot of ITV stuff ends up on your free hosting as well. But that's, like, region locked. Channel 4 on demand? Yep. Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've watched it a lot. So much so that I was probably annoying people yesterday by, like, saying the quotes before they happened. But yeah, how you doing, Zerk? Yeah, so much so that Blades was like, the show isn't funny. Like, yeah, I don't know. I would say a lot of, like, IT Crowd is not necessarily, like, laugh out loud funny. But certain episodes have certain moments that stick with you. Right? Did you see that ludicrous display last night? What was Wenger thinking throwing Walker on in the second half or whatever, right? I forget the exact quote. That's the thing about Arsenal. They always try and walk it in. Been speaking too much Cockney and I done my bloomin' neck in. Yeah, I do agree. No, like, but there are certain moments, Blades, that are like, okay, that was funny, not laugh out loud, not hilarious, but still pretty good. The laugh track messes it up for you. Here's the thing, it's not a fake laugh track, at least. Like, they filmed that show in front of an audience. Same way they did Father Ted, right? So at least at that point, it's real people laughing. No, not Father Tech, Father Ted. So Father Ted was one of the first, like, series that Graham Linehan did. And Graham Linehan, not a great person, but he has written some good shows. So So Graham Linehan made Father Ted, which was an Irish, like, couple priests living on an island kind of thing. That was good. Again, funny, maybe not laugh out loud hilarious, but amusing. And then from there, he did another show called Black Books. And then after Black Books, he did IT Crowd. And I'm a big fan of all three of those shows. Not a fan of Graham Linehan at this point. I like the stuff he's made. I don't like him as a person. But at some point, you do have to separate the art from the artist. I'm trying to think. The guy that did all like the Cthulhu stuff. Terrible human being. But his art has had a lasting impact on society. Oh, I'd say it's easily funnier than King of Queens. I don't remember laughing out loud a single time at King of Queens or Everybody Loves Raymond or any of those, like, terrible shows. Really? I'm gonna pass. Like, nah, I'm good. I've never laughed out loud at King of Queens. Lovecraft. Exactly, Cinder. Yes. H.P. Lovecraft. Terrible fucking human being. Just the worst. But his art lives on despite him. And I think at some point you do have to separate the art from the artist. It also goes the other way. The guys in Imagine Dragons might be really nice. I fucking hate their music. You know, like, oh god. Please no. Besides that one song, when they were, like, getting famous, the one that, like, made them famous, Radioactive or whatever, that one's alright. That one, passable. Even Nickelback had one good one. And no, not the one that all their songs were patterned after. Godsmack had at least one good one. Voodoo. One Republic? I don't know. Yeah, not sure. Is that a band or is that one of their songs? No pitchforks. Like, is One Republic a band? I've never even heard of them. Like, no idea. I bet I've heard one of the songs on the radio, like at a grocery store or something. And that's fine, Blades. Like, you can like anything you want. Don't take any of this. Right? Like, don't take any of this to heart. This is, like, art is subjective. One Republic is a band? Okay. And wait, Sgt. Pepper, what show are you talking about? Oh, Kevin can screw himself? We could say the word fuck. Alright, we're all adults here. Hopefully. Okay, so yeah, I haven't seen that. I've never even heard of it. I kind of like that. I feel like Kids in the Hall did a bunch of, like, there's like the dramatic scenes with Dave something. I forget his last name. It's like half drama, half sitcom. No, that actually sounds kind of good. Fake adult. Yeah, so Bob, we're doing a banner down in the corner. I'm getting paid for it. Keep in mind, it's somewhat sponsored content. We are helping prove out an idea for Algora. And I've gotten paid for it. I would have done it for them for free. I really do, appreciate them sending money my way anyway. But yes, it is sponsored content, me throwing that banner there. It's every 10 minutes. Yeah, they paid for 5 streams. I'll probably give them 10. Just to make sure they get the value. Yes, they did pay me through Stripe. Yeah. Yeah, I had to, go sign up for all that, yesterday. But yeah, pretty cool. I don't know. Oh, Zerk, so are you saying for, the tool we're making right now, are we using Stripe? Stripe will be one of the things, PayPal will be the second, and then adding others like Paddle, etc. in the future will be the goal. But our MVP is going to be Stripe and PayPal. And as far as no provider, that shouldn't be showing right now. I think we got a bug. We got a lot of bugs to fix. So Zerk, if you're not aware, if you don't have the context, this is a project I worked on 2 years ago. I forget the exact reason I pivoted away from it. But I think this is maybe one of the more monetizable ideas I have. And the goal is simply to maintain a wallet balance as a service. Yeah, I think you should remember. You've been around long enough. All right, let me double check. All right, so 2022, May. Yeah, we worked on this mostly that summer. So, yeah, it was called Moneybag. Yep. Yeah, the name of it was Moneybag. For sure. Yeah, damn, Renegade. Renegade. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, you remember. How much effort getting set up for Stripe? Super easy, actually, Steel Toe. Super easy. Stripe's entire shtick is making it as easy as possible. Okay, so you were lurking for a whole year before that. Ooh, so you remember when our hard drive died then, huh? For Stream Parrot, right? That shit sucked. But maybe you also remember me creating Vexilla and Waltr because I wanted it for the feature flag tool. I think I had actually... Hold on. I didn't build Waltr because of Stream Parrot. Or, sorry. I didn't start Waltr because I wanted it for Stream Parrot. I started building out Stream Parrot's, usage-based billing and decided to turn that into Waltr. Yeah. Damn. So, yeah. Yeah, you might remember all that. Because I had set up usage-based billing for Stream Parrot before it died. And we were so close to launching. We were, really close to launching. Woo. That was a spicy meatball. I'm going to add a little more water to this. Life is like a circle of chocolates. Which is totally a thing, so I think we're good. Life is like a circle of butter cookies. You never know what you're gonna get. doesn't quite flow off the tongue. I can see why they went with chocolates. Lolita Sap, thank you for the follow. And yeah, Frackery, we've seen you around for ages. Thank you for the follow, man. Hope you're still out there. I know, am I taking my sweet time to actually get to the thing we should be doing? Yeah, a little bit. Whatever. I think we should all be okay with it. We're hanging out. Are you talking about like the modal manager? On this page? Hold on, let me look. Modals.open confirm modal? Like, isn't modals here the manager? No, it's fine, Zerk. Oh, it's from I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. I never actually watched that one that much. I don't even know if I finished it. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I really like Kevin James at all. He's like a lot of boomer humor, you know? Like, oh, my old ball and chain. Like, type BS. Like, I hate his stand-up. Hold on. More music. One sec. Ooh, this album. No, so here's the biggest thing, Zerk, and maybe it's been fixed, but the last time I messed with the modals manager for anything that required reactive data, the modals manager was not reactive. Like, it maintained state from, like, previous iterations, too. And it didn't update when I needed it to. Like, yeah, I ran into some major bugs with the modals manager. They may have fixed it since then, but at least when I had dealt with it, it didn't handle reactive data properly. Like, it didn't obey the same, like, React lifecycle of data updating when passed into it. Okay, like, I'd be willing to check it out, X Factor. Maybe I've only seen his stand-ups after he was, like, somewhat famous, right? Just like Dane Cook. His early stand-ups were kind of fun, but once he was, like, famous, boy, they suck. Like, you know? Like, the one where he talks about, like, he saw the jogger get hit by a car and they flew through the air like Eddie Gordo when someone doesn't know combos. Right? Like, that's great. And his shoes came off. Right? Like, that whole CD is good. But, yeah, like, anything beyond that for Dane Cook? Meh. Meh. He went flipping through the air, right? Like, I don't know. You feel like you're missing out by not knowing who Kevin James is? He's the dude from The King of Queens. He's the dude from that meme. Right? Paul Blart Mall Cop. He is Paul Blart Mall Cop. Yeah, you know the guy. You know the meme where he's like, or whatever, right? Like, where like the way the meme is used is actually perfect because it's about like someone who's being kind of a douchebag and they're just like smug about it. Or whatever, right? Like, dude, yeah. I think that's a perfect meme for like Kevin James to be used in. No, so I like the Grown Ups movies only because, like, you have to understand, like, how they were made. It's just Adam Sandler wanting to hang out with his friends, but because all his friends are actors, they can never get, like, schedules that line up. So instead, he books a movie in which they can all just hang out. That's actually brilliant. That's, like, the most genius thing I can think of for someone at Adam Sandler's level, right? Like, it'll make its money back, right? Like, who cares? Yeah, like 100%. I'm almost positive that's the reason they made those movies. He just wanted to hang out with his friends that he never got to hang out with. Right? Like, they're schlocky throwaway films that are still entertaining to watch, but the story behind them is just so much better, right? He just wanted to hang out with his buddies. You know how you can do that as a Hollywood person? Put them in a movie. Right? Like, dude, that's genius. And hold on, I just realized I just quoted Bill Hicks by accident. Anyone remember those Bill Hicks films, or not films, like the comedy bit where he's like, you know, here's something I've always wondered. And hear me out. Just hold on. Just hear me out. Terminally ill stunt people. Right? Do you want your grandma dying in some hospital bed, her skin so translucent you can see that last heartbeat work itself back as she loses her last dying breath? Or do you want her to meet Chuck Norris? And then he does the sound effects. It's like, all right, quick, push her towards Chuck. What? Her head came off her body. Right? Like, she could be immortalized in film. I'm a big Bill Hicks fan, if you didn't know this. Some of his jokes are laugh out loud funny. And then some of the others are really not. But yes, so I think this padding that I tried to give it was no good. There we go. All right, we got it. We got there. All right, so now we got these things lined up proper. That looks way better already. Next bit, I want to remove that like border on the side of the aside. Boom, we got rid of that border. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, man, we're knocking out some of this styling. I'm really pumped on it. Yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. I do want to fix this. If you don't see it, yeah. This is a very common problem where you might have a border radius on something, but then like a nested element doesn't have the border radius. And we might just have to use like... I don't want to have to use some custom CSS for it, but we might have to use some custom CSS for it. Let's do that. I really don't want to, but yeah, I think we have to. Now that's not our fix. It's not even close to our fix. So it's not that item we want rounded. Oh, and that just did it. Oh, that totally just did it. All right. Like a glove. All right. Like a good neighbor, rounded is there. All right, so I want to get the padding actually fixed up on this page next. I also think we want to get rid of the sidebar over on the right. And... yeah, like that was a good low effort knockout right there. Yeah, I definitely want to get the padding on our overview page. Oh, and shit. That's why we had to do that. Fucking gap. So we'll do it for now, right? In the places where we see the, right, like the 2s. All right, like a glove. All right, so now we got that padding fixed. Yeah, I thought I was seeing that this like border radius here was collapsing, but we're good. We do see and that is our paid shadow. Oh, and we definitely want to turn the shadow off for that. Shit. So we turn shadow off for that, but when we go to settings here, oh, and we have that corner issue right there. So that does have shadow. Okay. Like a glove. All right. So I just want to fix that now. Right, so what I'm wondering here is, oh god, we broke everything. Oh, never mind. No, it's still loading. Okay. So we're seeing some like margin or padding bottom somewhere there. What up, Natsuka? How you doing? Is that me saying nutsack in Japanese or something? It means nostalgia. Oh, that's cool. Natsu. All right. Yeah, perfect. All right. Thank you for clarifying. Appreciate that. I thought you were going to hit me with like a D's Natsuka joke. Right? Totally. Natsu means nuts. Boom, nailed it. It means summer. Okay, cool. You totally could have gotten me with a D's Natsuka joke. Where is that, like... Where's that padding coming from? Oh... I know. I need to set this height explicitly. I've been an engineer for about 10 years, but I have recently pivoted to developer advocacy. So basically, my job now is to make video content for GitCrack. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped on it. I've been wanting to get into DevRel or dev advocacy for years, and I've been kind of setting myself up for it by talking at conferences, by, you know, meeting and knowing a lot of people, etc., in the industry, by making Twitch content and YouTube content, etc. But it took a long time for a company to give me a chance. And GitKraken gave me a chance, and I'm just really, really stoked on it. There have been a couple other companies that were close to giving me a chance for DevRel that just didn't. I think now with some experience, the world is my oyster for DevRel stuff. But I do want to give GitKraken, you know, the benefit of the doubt, right? They took a chance on me. So I want to give them a reasonable amount of time before I start looking elsewhere. Not necessarily advertising, though that's a lot of it. Like just video content in general. So one thing I'm doing is not even advertising, it's like an onboarding video for when you sign up for getkraken.dev. Some other stuff I've done was definitely more advertising focused, but then there was some videos I made about like how we use lit HTML. Right? Like how we do stuff internally just software-wise at our company. And that's actually the content that I find most compelling. Right? As a developer, yeah, you can market to me as much as you want, but I don't care, right? But you show me something really cool you did to make the software you made, That's going to stick out to me way more. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. Like, my favorite blog posts I've ever read were just something that some company solved technically, right? Like the original Facebook technology behind preview photos on Android. This right here is one of my favorite blog posts, technically, of all time, right? For like technical stuff. So the cover photo they're talking about is this. They managed to squeeze a version of it, right? Like the smaller version of it, into 200 bytes so that it can be reasonably put into the initial GraphQL payload that they were serving out to clients. What that means is you're getting an image that looks like this, that looks just plain awful. If I could zoom it. Oh, they're messing up zoom. That's annoying. But basically, yeah, you take the image, resize it down super tiny into 200 bytes. They also had to do some other shenanigans to remove like some like header information and like metadata inside the JPEG. But yeah, they squeeze the image down to 200 bytes and then they throw a client-side blur on it after scaling it. And then it looks great. And then it just sits there until the proper image can load asynchronously. Really cool. They did it in 2015. Nobody was doing this before then, right? This whole like preloader image style, nobody was doing this. They paved the way. They set the precedent. And then, yeah, you see it on all sorts of websites now because, like me, a lot of people took inspiration from this. And I've done this exact technique since before there were libraries to do it, and I had to write it with basically just vanilla JS. Right? For WordPress sites, for certain like companies I used to work for at an agency, etc. Really cool, fun stuff. These are my favorite kind of blog posts. My favorite type of like just content for a company. And I think by making content like that informs and teaches about a cool technique that you used at your company, it actually engenders a lot of like goodwill from other developers, right? You're not selling anybody on it. It's not like, so go sign up for Facebook now, right? In the article. No, they're not selling us at all. They're just simply talking about a technical thing they did engineering wise. And maybe eventually you might want to work for a company that does that kind of stuff. Or like, yeah, I don't know. Here we are almost 10 years later, and I still think about this pretty much every day. Not every day, but anytime I'm working with a photo and having to like deal with lazy loading it, I'm going to think about, well, is a preview photo worth it? Yeah. Different reasons? Do you need glasses? I think I need glasses, actually. Not for nearsightedness, but yeah, I think my farsightedness. There are days where it's worse or better. You know, depending. You need whiskey glasses, damn right. So yeah, I'm sipping on some Henry McKenna. This is my favorite whiskey. LASIK? So Krasner, were you nearsighted or farsighted or a little bit of both? My parents both need reading glasses. I don't think I need reading glasses at all. But yeah, I will need like driving glasses at some point. So Hepta, like, look at how diluted that is. I poured it to there, and then I dilute water to the rest. Like, I do a major dilution. Yeah, that's fine there. Makers isn't my, like, go-to, but it's actually not terrible. Cornish, is it worth it for a preview? I would say yes, because it prevents pop-ins, right? And it's something there visually that you can fade in as you need it. Like, I think yes. I think it's actually majorly useful. For something like they were doing it with, if it's the image you're going to see at the very top of the page, then it is right there above the fold, and yes, a preloader for that is essential. Yeah, I think like LASIK, etc. is more useful for people who are nearsighted. Sergeant Pepper, did you just make all that up? Starts reverting ineffectiveness once you hit 40? So wait, like, when you're 40, it makes less sense to do it? Well, here I am at 40, so yeah, I guess I don't need it. No, that's fine. I've been doing, like, Bob, I don't know if you've seen, I've been drinking tea instead of my Red Bulls for the past, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks now. I haven't seen that actually show up on my scale, but it's just sugar that I don't need, so yeah. And it's way less hassle, like I don't have to keep buying more Red Bull, so that's worth it too. I still think I'm not kicking into proper keto for some reason. Tea is probably cheaper than Red Bull? Yeah, probably. Is there a portrait painting in my attic somewhere? Ooh, touche. Worm's stepdad had LASIK done and it really helped. Okay, and again, Cinder, were they nearsighted or farsighted? I think that would be the big thing there. I'm not sure it like has the same like cost-benefit ratio if you're farsighted. If you're nearsighted, it's almost like a no-brainer. If you have cataracts, I'm not sure it's actually useful. Get a ketone breath analyzer. They can actually detect that on your breath? Really? Huh. Okay. Yeah, totally, man. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, biggest thing for me is just calories in and out. On days where I don't do much, I'm good. Yeah, no, that sounds great. That's a great idea. But hold on. Yes, I'm totally 40. I turned 40 2 months ago. Like a month and a half ago. If you saw my hairline, you'd be like, oh yeah, you look 40. Or you'd be like, well, that's a guy in his 20s with a 40-year-old hairline. Sure. I think we've all seen people like that too. Did I look back at my 10-year plan? I don't make 10-year plans. I don't make 5-year plans. I don't even make a 1-year plan. But my general goal was to be a software dev at the age of 30 because I was still a snowboard bum. I was maybe like a year, maybe 2 years into my 2-year degree that I totally took 4 years to get because I only did it during like spring and fall. A lot of people take 4 years to get a 2-year degree. I don't know. I can't name another one. Oh, so astigmatism affects sight at all distance. I thought astigmatism was more about, like, how you perceive, like, light in general, rather than, like, blurriness. But again, I don't know anything about it. No idea. But yeah, so Bob, as far as what I wanted to do at 30 years old, I wanted to no longer work shit jobs at ski resorts. I'd call it a success. For everyone who doesn't know, who might be new to stream, I spent 10 years out of high school as a snowboard bum. Like 10 plus years out of high school. So yeah, I turned 18. I immediately went to Mount Hood for the summer and snowboarded all summer. And then I went to Stevens Pass for the winter. And then I did that same exact pattern for 10 plus years, like 10 to 12. My last summer at Mount Hood was the age of 30, but I had already been in college for like a year or two. Actually, no, my last summer at Mount Hood might have been like 31 or 32. No, I have an associate's in applied science, because again, it's a 2-year degree. A bachelor's is a 4-year degree. No wife, kids. Nah. I definitely, like, after turning 30 and, like, doing the snowboard bum thing, I decided to focus on my career more. Am I regretting that a little bit? Maybe. But I'm also kind of picky. Like, I've had at least, like, 1 or 2 girlfriends that were really into me. I just wasn't that into them. Like, just... It wasn't right. Like, interest didn't overlap whatsoever. Physical attraction wanes over time, no matter what. I'm getting into my fat arc. There's no way I would have held on to them. No, I actually want a girlfriend into tech at this point. That's actually one of my big criteria. Find myself an older woman like Keanu? Nah. Nah. I'm looking for that, like, 32, 33-year-old, like, you know, into tech, but biological clock is ticking. It's a niche, but it could work. Ryback. Ooh, first year of CS. Calculus killed you. Discrete math to get through still. I didn't have to do discrete math. I've always been like a math person in general. I know. Quite the romantic vision. Exactly. Is it any wonder I'm still single? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, that's fine, Crafty, right? Like, 3 years to do your associates is fine. Like, you had other stuff to do, right? You take the... Also, when you're doing an associate's degree at, like, a community college, the amount of people available to take some of those classes massively dwindles. So sometimes the class you need to take to finish your degree doesn't actually happen that semester. Because there's only 3 people that signed up or something, right? That was actually a big problem with mine, too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that stuff sucks. Man in finance with a trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. Yeah. That's basically it there, Bob, but height has nothing to do with it. Honestly, if I could get a lady taller than me, that would be better for our kids. Because I'm already like a hobbit person, you know? Just saying, genetically, it would be better if I hooked up with someone taller than me. That's science. I'm looking for a Dutch woman. I'm like really narrowing it down at this point, aren't I? Yeah, I was hanging out with some friends, right? Basically, like a friend and his wife, who I consider a friend at this point. And basically, I was like, I'm thinking about moving to Bainbridge Island or whatever, right? Or to Bremerton, or maybe Leavenworth. And they were like, oh, so you've basically just given up on dating, right? Well, I wasn't looking to be roasted, but I guess. Like, damn. Okay. I have technically 3 older half-siblings, and I have 1 younger brother, who's like a full brother. So my dad remarried twice. Or remarried once. Like, he was married twice. Like, at least 2 of my older half-siblings are basically brother and sister at this point, though. Like, I spent so much time living with them because they weren't living with their other family that, yeah, for sure. No, I get it, Cinder. Like, there's totally, like, ways to make this happen. I haven't prioritized it yet. I'm still working on a career change, you know? Right, from engineering to DevRel. But no, yeah, I should probably do it sooner rather than later. I get it. It's fine. In this economy? Nah, yeah, no, it makes sense. Rent gets way cheaper if you can split it, right? So it's just good, like, economic sensibility at this point to find a partner. Are we done roasting me yet? I hope so. Oh, that's a bummer. Hold on, we got a Z-index issue on that. Whoa, we got a major issue on that. All right, so we got a lot of stuff to fix on the transactions page. Let's go do that. We're still in the middle of this transition from Mantine 4 to Mantine 7. Yeah, we got issues all over the place. Z-index, X and Y index, like just, we got index issues, okay? All right, so if we look at this page, here we go. It's the menu part. Yep. All right, so let me just do anything there. We fixed the menu issue in our header, right? User dropdown is the component that we fixed that in. Oh, and user dropdown comes from UI. That's right. Because we're sharing that between the front end and the back end. Or not the front end and back end, sorry. We're sharing that between the marketing site and the dashboard application, which are still front end and back end, but not the same like front end, back end that we would normally think of, right? So another way to think of it is like, yeah, in a restaurant, there's the front of the house, there's the back of the house, and then there's like administration that isn't any of it, right? Administration might be the person doing warehousing, the person doing, like the people who come in and clean up at night. Like that's like fully back end. Whereas like front of the house and back of the house are still part of like operations during like normal business hours. So yeah, like I would consider the front end of a restaurant to be front end, right? Like in this case though, marketing. The back end of the restaurant, such as the kitchen, would actually be our dashboard application. And then the actual back end is the stuff that makes all this other stuff work. Right? The night janitorial staff, the person doing purchasing, like all those things, right? The person doing scheduling, etc. Now, that's a terrible analogy because in a lot of cases, you're going to have a manager who is actually working during business hours, doing whatever, making sure stuff works, but also then they're responsible outside business hours to do scheduling and, warehousing / purchasing stuff. So it's a fuzzy analogy. I get it. It's a bad analogy, maybe. All right, I'll take it. Whatever. Could be better. So, user dropdown here. Right, so we end up needing a menu target and a menu dropdown. Those are the wrappers around the menu items that we care about. That's right. Okay, so what is our menu target and why doesn't that work the same way anymore? I think menu back in the day, right, in Mantine 4 actually implied a ... action icon is what we're actually looking for. Where are we doing icons elsewhere? Oh, that's an error. All right, so Mantine should be working there. Oh, and yes, so more vertical icon is not defined. Yeah, we need to figure out... So where are those icons coming from? Icons PH. Yeah. All right, so we should end up seeing that menu icon now. Possibly, maybe. Will it blend? It did not blend. Oh, hold on. Okay, so we're reloading still. Hey! And we see it. Cool, cool. All right. Could be worse. The filled is not what we're looking for. So let's go look at Mantine again, action icon. And the variant that we care about, I believe, is subtle. Oh, I love our footer right now. Oh, I am actually really pumped on our footer. Oh, that's beautiful. I think maybe I get rid of the slate background though. Like a glove. How's it look here? We're doing it transparent. Oh, we should be sharing that. Oh, do we just leave the Twitter icon forever though? I don't want to change it to the X. Elon can't make me. Oh, that looks good. I really like that. Awesome. Yeah, transparent looks good on the marketing site. So yeah, we're gonna have to make that take in like a background color. That way I can make it transparent or not. Yeah. No, I totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah, I think, like, if it's transparent, we don't see, like, the fade in nearly enough. And we could fix that. It could just be the footer that's, like, outside. But I think the white is actually nice. But hold on. On Get Waltr, we also do the white header. So I think over here on like the main like .com, I think if I do the same thing where the background slides up, we're good to go. One second, Renegade. Yeah, let me check it out. And yeah, we're at 7 p.m. I have work I need to do tonight, so I can't go too late. If I get enough work done tonight, I can go later tomorrow. Oh, that is nice. I like it. No, I like what they're doing. I don't like the hold to confirm. I'd be curious how accessible that is. Yeah, I'd be really curious about the accessibility of that. Oh, we see Igor, though. Yeah, Badesky's cool. Like, I'll give it a thumbs up. Oh yeah, and I already follow Grappling Dev. Oh yeah, they work at Roadmaps. So yeah, anyway. No, like, super cool. Thanks, Renegade. Yeah, so I think on the main marketing site, we'd want to do the same, like, the footer was always there, but the thing in front of it is scrolled up kind of thing. I'd be okay with that. All right, so we at least fixed this part. I'd probably want to add icons, right? We gotta fix the hell out of that one. I don't even remember what it used to look like. So yeah, that'll be tougher. So yeah, I don't know. I'd say we made some really good progress. I think this, like, settings page, the way we did our footer, right? The sidebar update, a lot of this is great. Right, we enhanced the padding on these pages, right? We'll think about making them drag and droppable, but I think to make them drag and droppable would mean completely refactoring how we do our, like, what section is drag and droppable. How about the accounts page? The accounts page probably needs the same, like, button fix that we had on transactions. Yep. Yeah, for, like, the view details, delete account stuff. We've got like padding issues too. I believe the filters are probably just as broken. Yep. Okay. So I think we have a good idea of what we need to fix tomorrow. Right, so that's our goal for tomorrow. So yeah, I think we have a really good stopping point right now. I do want to like sit and think about and stew about what else I might want to do. So here's the key. Never end on a solution. We're still ending on a problem that we want to think about. Some of these problems are easier to fix than others, right? Like they're the same problem we just solved. But we're making really good progress on updating what we have so far. I really like it, actually. So much so that we may want to start committing what we've done. I will be on chilling. And yeah, Akavenge, you mentioned you're coming back from a major, like, flare-up. I hope you're feeling better, at least, for sure. But yeah, I'll probably be over on chilling. I'm going to be mainly working, though, so it's going to be like a chilling, like, co-working stream. I might play some games. But I have, like, a bunch of video editing and, like, screen capture stuff to do. That is a different channel. Yeah, for sure. Yep. So on my gaming channel, I quite frequently play games, but I also just like co-work and we watch shows that are free on Tubi TV or Pluto or whatever. That is going to be the main goal tonight. I play a lot of games. I am a big fan of RPGs. Like story-driven, like RPGs, etc. But, you know, I'm not limited to just that. Like, I play Madden. I play, you know, like, League of Legends. I play all sorts of stuff. But my favorite games are single-player RPG. On Wednesday nights, I do a Baldur's Gate 3 stream with the homies. That's our good playthrough. On Saturday nights, I play the evil playthrough on Baldur's Gate 3. And then, yeah, I play, you know, I don't know if you actually want to watch me play League. I'm a Singed main, which means I lose a lot. But I have a blast just making people chase me, right? Like Chase the Dragon style from South Park. You almost had me, right? Like that style. You were so close that time. Right? So yeah, like the Chase the Dragon game. Yeah, Drunk Singed gameplay is quite fun. I enjoy it. I don't think anybody actually enjoys playing it with me on a team, though. But say la vie. Whatever. We'll probably not do any of that tonight. I will play at least a little bit of gaming, but I do have, like, video editing to do. I've done Ranked. Ranked is, like, super sweaty these days, especially because Singed is not in a good place as far as matchups go. I haven't done a pre-made lobby with viewers before, but yeah, like, Norms is typically, like, the move. ARAM is always fun, too. These days I've just been doing norms. It's like less stressful over there, right? Like people don't like hate on you as much for picking a singed. Wow, Aiden Bai making an essay of a tweet. I just want to share this. This is actually amazing to me. I'm going to share this over to YouTube and Algora. And here on Twitch. Like, damn, Aiden Bai nailing it with this tweet. Like, man. Dude is so smart, so cool. But anyway, let's go figure out someone we go raid. Who's streaming right now? Do we know anybody who's streaming right now? We know a bunch of people that are streaming right now. We see Nikwan Datasci. He's doing a brand new Kaggle he created. Ooh, Odatnerd is at his new place, though. Yeah, no, this is great. Yeah, we're gonna raid Odatnerd. And what's up, Pollux? How you doing? What you been up to? Same old, same old? I mean, could be worse. Could be way worse, right? But yeah, so I'm gonna bid farewell to the YouTube and Algora stream, at least. We'll see you guys again soon. I'll see you tomorrow. And we'll shout out more of those companies. For sure. Right? We're doing like the sponsored stream thing, which is why you've seen that banner in like the bottom of the screen or whatever. Yeah, I'll be over on Gaming, Pollux. I'll see you there, right?